Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is International Master Bin Cheng, and I'm just looking at a game that my student's playing right now, live. Let's just call him Kevin for now, because it's Chesskevin. He is black against whites, no 1800 versus 1600. So I've been trying to help him kind of learn the openings, and this is one of the openings that we're working on. It's semi-Slav, and c5 is not the move, it's b5, but I guess I'm going to talk to him about this afterwards. We actually have a lesson right now, but we're trying something different where he plays some 5-minute games and I just commentate on the games and I look at them and try to find out what he's doing wrong and just try and figure out like where he can improve on. That's essentially what we're doing here. And unfortunately, this is not the type of opening that we're looking at. We're looking at semi-slot with b5, but so far the interesting part of this position is that this is the outside D pawn, right? D pawn's outside and stuff. And usually black really has control of the square, but in this case, this is not really the best way of doing this because here it's actually quite difficult for black to control anything because d5 is actually going to come right away. And yeah, d5 is very, very strong, and also a free pawn. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on, but sorry, but he's gonna drop some material now. Like he's definitely dropped material in this case. And this is one of the reasons why I constantly go over the notion of knowing your openings really well, that you can just play them by just like instinct. Because when you can do that, then you just kind of know what to do, and it just saves you so much time in the opening. Especially in Blitz, you gotta kind of use your Blitz time very well. For example, in this position here, I'm telling you to slow down because you gotta be really careful with your openings. You gotta slow down your openings. Make sure you know what you're doing. So first 18 moves, he's used like 40 seconds, which is nothing, and he didn't even play correctly. So one thing you gotta really focus on is you gotta play openings correctly. So if you can spend 2 minutes on your opening, fine, do it, because that's what Ivanchuk is doing, right? If you've been watching the candidates matches and stuff, Ivanchuk is spending like an hour and a half every first 20 moves and has like half an hour for the last 20 moves. Sometimes like a minute for 13 moves, like he doing against Kramnik. So that's obviously on the very, very far end side, very extreme side. But that's a point. Like you want to have to get your openings down correctly. You just know them by hearts, and so that you don't always have to like just take a look at like what you gotta do next time. But yeah, that's really important because right now he's actually just selling exchange, so there's not a lot I can talk about this. Like I can't really say how you're gonna win back the exchange because you really can't win back the exchange unless, of course, he gives you a piece in this case, which is nice. But takes b7 and then bishop f4, so he kind of wins something. Yeah, bishop f4. There we go. So Kevin actually does see some tactics. Tactics are very, very important, obviously, because if you don't see tactics, you're not going to see bishop f4, which wins back the exchange. And bishop d5 is definitely strong, but I mean, in this case, it is definitely okay. I think this is going to be equal now because he cannot defend both the rook and the bishop at the same time. And this is just one of those cases where you got to be sharp, and he is very sharp. Like 23 moves, he's only using minutes. But this is a point where you got to slow down, take your time, and figure out what you're going to do before you do it. Because yes, you can lose on time. Losing on time is really bad, especially even if you can get the higher stages. Losing on time is one of the worst things that can happen, especially if you have a weak position. Last game, actually, Kevin was literally just up a queen and a rook, and he lost on time. He was just crushing the guy, but no, he moved too slow at the end. But that's okay, because you can always improve on that. Because that part is not important, because in a real game, it's not going to matter too much. But here, it's very, very important that you get your motions down correctly. You get your moves down correctly. Like here, knight d4 is definitely a move that I would definitely consider, just because I want to see if you can trick him to play queen d5. But it's queen e4. You can always play rook e8 and trade off the bishop for the knight, which is possible. It's also possible just to play, well, knight e2, force. Okay, so it's the same thing. So queen takes and queen takes b7. So that's equal. So essentially, he won back the exchange, and he has lots of time. Now this is a key moment where you gotta slow down and really take a look at your moves. If I'm looking at black, right? We're looking at black side. This position is deadly equal. But white does have a trump here. He has the c file, which is quite strong. It's actually quite difficult to figure out how to defend this thing. Black has to defend it. Like he has to trade off the queens first of all. Besides the queen 6 is also good because you want to get this tie. Now, if queen 7 rook f8 is forced, obviously queen f5 rook f8. So this rook d8 was actually not a good move because you gotta don't move your rook off the protection of the f7 pawn because this pawn is definitely going to come under attack. Black can try and attack as well, but if white defends, well, we are here. That's the best move here. Check is not good because you cannot defend f7. And after this, queen c4 is probably the best move here. Now, if I'm white, I'll watch out with queen 7 cheapo. Queen 7, queen f4, this is a draw. So if he really sees this, then that's good. But if he doesn't, then it's not good. So I think he would see this in this case, and I believe this is just a draw because there's nothing more he can go for this. Unless, of course, he can play rook c8 here and try and play for win. Actually, I think rook c8 is probably the best way of playing for win here. Let me just take a look at. Well, I'll take a look at that. Actually, I'll take a look now. I think Rook C8 is definitely a way to go for it. Off G3 is bad. King G1 Rook C8. I mean, I guess maybe can you play Rook C here? Yeah, Rook C8. There we go. So this is definitely the right move here. I really like that Black's win for win, because in this case he's up a lot of time, right? You have up a time in Blitz. You gotta really look at the time as well. He's in middle left, and it's gonna be very hard for him to actually defend this correctly. And in this case, I think this is incorrect. I think that the way he did his G3 was bad. Because, well, first of all, this is bad too. First, you should give him a check. And he goes Queen C4, defend this guy, and mates him. So I'm definitely going to talk to him about this afterwards. Because you gotta go stop up C7, right? This is the whole point. This is the whole reason why you check him first and call Queen C4. And unfortunately here, he cannot check him there. But I think this might just be a draw in the very near future. Because just, he has no time. He's going to have to go back and forth. So one of the things I've been meaning to tell him is that it's important to really focus on when you're going to use your time and when you're not use your time. Like he has 3 minutes left. He just sees 4 or 6 seconds left. Take your time, figure out a plan here, and if after the game I'm probably going to tell him, alright, so okay, Rook F8, fine, that's fine. But yeah, he's going to trade out the rooks. King here. And he's essentially just down a pawn and a queen in game. He was definitely winning though, and yep, gonna talk about that, but let's see here. So if I'm blocked here, this is not the best way. You gotta put your queen more active, Queen A3. And in this case, I mean, Queen C4 is actually quite a strong move here because it kind of forces me to go here. And after A6, Queen 7. You never want to put your queen behind the passed pawn because in this case, it's like impossible for you to go anywhere here. And after Queen B7, it should definitely just be a you're gonna win, I think. I mean, is here at King H2, he's kind of gonna flag him. Queen here, and then Queen here, Queen A5 back, Queen 4, and okay, well then now it's definitely a draw. Yeah, so the whole point of pretty much is essentially like talking about game so much is because I'm just trying to figure out like ways to improve someone's blitz skills. So I really believe that blitz skills is a good core. It's good. It's good to like, I guess, oh yeah, he could take the pawn. See, this is why you gotta use your time. But I guess it's good to do blitz because it kind of helps you figure out where you're at approximately. Like gives you like a rough estimation of your skill level. Because the faster you see things, the faster you're going to be able to identify certain patterns. Like here, I know this is a draw because he can't avoid it. If you play Queen 2, you can't avoid it because you can just take this guy, right? But here in this case, he finally has Queen to A2. But it's too late because I think now he has no time. So Queen B2 kind of just wins. You can do anything here actually. You can just don't lose material, you know. Just give me a check here. That's a win, I think. And that's a win. Alright, so that was essentially the commentary from today. It wasn't the normal type of thing that I would normally do, but I figure once in a while I'm going to do something different. And so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it was kind of instructive seeing like where he went wrong. For him it's mostly about time and just not taking enough time to essentially look at the best moves. And it's coming right now. So thank you very much. It's good to see you. Bye bye.